Hi everybody, it's Serafina. So today Venus marks her halfway point through the retrograde cycle, and that means that she is going to be conjunct the sun. In ancient astrology, they would call this Cazimi, which means at the heart of. So anytime a planet meets up with the sun and is at the exact degree and minutes where the sun is, that is called Cazimi. So it's a very auspicious time for Venusian themes. Just a quick reminder, Venusian themes are all about romance, about love, art, body, pleasure, sex, money even. So as I mentioned before, we started her retrograde cycle 20 days ago, and right now we are at the midpoint. During her first phase of the retrograde cycle, she had met up with Pluto, and she's going to be meeting up with Pluto again in March. So it makes this particular Venus retrograde a lot more deep and emotional and possibly cathartic. So given the fact that this is happening in Capricorn, Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is really good with setting boundaries. It's really good with commitment and having like a, gaining higher perspective towards things for the long term. We could also consider this Venus Cazimi kind of like a new moon, right? So each time the moon meets up with the sun, we call it a new moon, and that's where we set intentions. So this Venus Cazimi is a really good time to set intentions regarding Venusian themes like relationships, your artistic practices, your relationship to money, what type of magnetism do you want to bring out into the world? What type of friendships, especially female friendships, do you want to have in your life? So then Venus now is going through a process of surrendering. That's the way I see it. It's like she's surrendering to solar influences. And so the sun is known to illuminate, right? It is a very warming thing. And so when she's at the heart of the sun, it's kind of like there's a moment of illumination in her retrograde period, because in her retrograde period, it's kind of like she's in the dark a little bit. And so when she meets up with the sun, it's like there's a spotlight, there's an epiphany, there's something that happens that helps you recognize where it is that you're placing your energy, where it is that you want to place your value. How are you valuing yourself in your relationships? These are all themes that can come up right now. And, it's just a good time to be able to reflect on these things. So I did pick some tarot cards. The first one that I got is the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Queen of Cups is known as a highly intuitive, highly emotional woman who uses her emotions for the better good of everybody. You can see that she has water there at the bottom of her feet. And so usually when she comes up reverse, it could mean that, we're not listening to our intuition as much as we should, but also usually when this comes up, it can say like we're not having proper boundaries around our relationships. Like usually, women or the female nature is to give a lot and to be receptive and to be open. However, that is not always the case where it's received well. So I think the Queen of Cups in reverse is calling us to reflect on our emotional boundaries when it comes to our relationships, whether they be female relationships or authority figures. It could be too, because, we're in Capricorn, it could be towards elders, and of course towards romantic affairs. The second card I got is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords calls for a time of rest and of contemplation. It's kind of like a soldier that just came home from war and needs to rest in a sanctuary. It looks like he's in some sort of cathedral or something like that. So swords are all about mental activity. So perhaps this Venus Cazimi, is a time for us to rest and to see how far we have come regarding our relationships. The last card I got is the Six of Pentacles. And I think that this is quite beautiful or auspicious because the Six of Pentacles speaks of giving and receiving in balance. So I feel like it kind of ties up what we're bringing here with the Queen of Cups in reverse, because, you know, Venus, you know, she's all about luxury and about giving and about pleasure, right? And the Sun is all about us standing in our power. So when we are able to stand in our power and to be able to give and receive from that place of power in a way that's balanced, this is where everybody benefits. So again, a call for reflection, in a time of introspection of where perhaps we haven't been giving ourselves maybe to the right people, maybe in the right way. Maybe we should check our intentions of why it is that we're wanting to connect with people, so that we can then find some balance regarding our relationships. Last but not least, I chose an oracle card of the White Light Oracle by Alana Fairchild, and I got this beautiful card called Davra Patra, and you can see that there is a chalice there. It's quite beautiful, and it also speaks a lot to the emotional realm. And basically what this card speaks of is our ability to receive love, to receive nurturing from places that are healthy. Because when we are able to receive love and relation and healing, let's say, from healthy places, then we're able to give that back to others. It also speaks of like something auspicious that's going to be coming in, some sort of manifestation from the emotional realm that's going to be coming in. So, you know, much like the Queen of Cups who has a chalice there, how can we be chalices in our lives, right? How can we maybe rid ourselves with this sun? Like the sun also burns, right? So how can we use these rays of the sun to burn out what it is that no longer serves us? You know, empty the chalice of what no longer serves us so that we can then fill it up with true and meaningful relationships. Okay, so I wish you all a very beautiful day. We have 20 more days of Venus retrograde. She'll be going direct on the 30th of January, and I'll come back with more videos to talk about that. Bye.